Hello, Aries. How are you? I'm here to do your new moon reading. Tomorrow, April 5th, is the new moon at 15 degrees Aries. That's my ascendant. The Sabian for that symbol we've mentioned in one of the other readings is the nature spirits dancing at the sunset. And the message of this, and actually this is the second lunation of March. There will be another one, another full moon. So March will have had 2 full moons. So this is kind of the midway point of the story. And what I've noticed despite there being this really powerful new moon in Aries, is that because of the weight of all the planets that are currently in Pisces, Neptune, Venus, Mercury, that particularly for us Aries, can I have one card please for the new moon? Oh, there we go. Particularly for us Aries, oh my God, Perseverance, it's insane. I literally wrote an article entitled Perseverance today. Love it. All right, we'll get on to that. So for us Aries, it's like, it's in our 12th house, in our 12th solar house, and so it can feel really intense and uncomfortable. And there's just an excess of water everywhere. It can be in the form of your emotions. It can be in the form of allergies, like I have. Today I had the worst attack I've ever had in my entire life. So somewhere in your chart, something's getting flooded. Maybe you're home. Something's getting flooded and it's causing problems. And it's actually wherever the flooding is, or whatever the situation that's causing the flooding or that's being flooded, is taking away the attention from our ability to move forward. And so the message that I've been picking up from a lot of the personal readings that I've been doing as well. Again, I've gotten this for every personal reading. And that was exactly what I was about to say, is to hang back, right? Perseverance doesn't mean that it has to be hard work all the time, you know? Like pushing forward your agenda doesn't mean you have to push all the time to get where you want to go, to get to the top of the mountains, to get where you know you can go. And you see this home is like, it's like hanging in the highest heights. So wherever you want to get to, whether it's getting back home, whether it's the top of the mountain, perseverance doesn't necessarily mean pushing all the time. It can also mean knowing exactly when to hang back. You know, and what defines it, can I have 2 more cards, please? What defines it as perseverance is the choice to get back up again. So the strength is not in how hard you push, but in knowing when to step back, reserve your energy, and come back to it when the time is right. So if you have to deal with this flooding, which we all have to deal with the flooding, take care of that first. It doesn't mean you don't have to stress because you're not getting anything done. Just focus on what you have to focus on right now, on the things that are pressing. Right in the center. Interesting. Focus on the things that make you happy. Focus on the things that make you feel like home. And maybe start to look at these things from a different point of view. Wasn't expecting that one. Don't focus on the loss, right? So here's kind of what the energy is. There's obviously a question of what's going on at home, and there's a situation that's causing some issues. And I'm going to read these because I've been finding that there's something in this story that's been adding some very useful value. So I'm going to go ahead and read these. So that one is Perseverance. And the story of this is Shannon Carrot's colored cloak is a gift from a famous stage actress, and she wears it always as a symbol of her own talent. One day, frustrated by the sacrifices she has made in her long pursuit of success, Shannon throws off the cloak and gives up her acting career. The great goddess tries to convince Shannon to put the cloak back on and stay the course, but she doesn't listen. Just around the corner, had she persevered, was great success. And the message is, when we do our chosen work, we are serving the highest order. If we stop, we upset the universal balance. What you work towards will materialize. You may not see it, but it lies ahead. And then let me read this instinct one here also. And this is interesting for the moon, you know, particularly because it's not a full moon, but there's a moon story. The wolf climbs the treacherous rocks, his eyes always fixed on the high ground. During the time he prepared to be a guardian, his master trained him never to turn back. Same kind of story. When we look behind, we sap the energy we are to use in the future, his master said. Wolf's defense is his instinct, and he senses danger. Hence, Wolf journeys on and does not look below for his enemies. He climbs unseen, for only those who seek a spirit guide can see him. How can you master letting go and moving on? And that's kind of this. So this is the watery situation. And I don't know if these two are related, because they're actually, when they're laying down, this is how they're looking at it. That there may be something going on in the home where all of the water is coming out. Maybe there's a problem with the children. Maybe there's a problem with expectations, you know, or what you thought something was going to look like, and it doesn't look like. Remember, because when here you have the 10 of Cups, and he's busy looking at the 3 that have fallen. So that means, you know, you're maybe confused about your options. But of course, you still have the 2 over here, which if you turn around and persevere and follow your instincts, you can keep going. So I think, you know, and this is a 5, that's a 50. And it says that, as you know, finding home is like finding a home within yourself. And so whatever it is that we're looking for, that feels like home, that follows that fulfillment, the complete and total fulfillment, like we got what we were promised, the 2 kids and 2.5 cars in the garage and a chicken in every pot, which used to be the American dream. That maybe that dream looks a little bit different than what we thought it was going to be. And we have to look at it from a very different perspective. And right now, all the water that's going on is causing us to perhaps feel a little bit sorry for ourselves. You know, maybe we think we're never going to get there. We're never going to get to this 10 of Cups, or we're never going to get to a sense of feeling like we belong. And what these cards invite us to do is to understand that there is an ebb and flow to everything, much like the moons, and that there is a time and a season. And if you persevere, you will get there, because this is literally at the center. It may take some time to regroup and reflect. It may take some time to process what has happened, process the losses and the ability to move forward. But you don't want to get stuck here. You know, in this story as well, there was kind of like the feeling sorry for oneself is what causes you to give up. And Pisces is, you know, from as much as I love my Piscean friends, Pisces, when it's at its worst, is really self-effacing, and it's really shocked about how hard of a universe we live in. it's not victim-y like a Virgo is, that thinks that the whole world hates it. Pisces actually suffers the weight of the sadness that is in the universe. So right now, this is the Piscean energy that's going on. It will move shortly. So just remember that if you're in this place, it's a temporary thing. And then as soon, Venus will be moving into Aries, and we should all be feeling happier and more bubbly. Right now, be careful of the amount of water that's there. In this moment between reflection and rumination, which those are sort of the two ends of the spectrum, stick with that which makes you feel like home. Don't give up. Keep pursuing what you have in your mind, but know that part of perseverance is also knowing when to take a break. And this is what I wrote in my article today, because the more you push, the more the obstacle is harder, and all you do, stress just begets stress. So perseverance is simply the fact of coming back to it, not giving up. It doesn't mean that you have to push constantly. And right now is one of those moments where any pushing is of no avail. If the seas are choppy, there's no sense in sending the fisherman's boat out. You're not going to catch the fish, and you may lose the boat. So you want to know when to fall back, know when to stay at home or be in your 10 of Cups. And be careful about falling into rumination. And try and take a different perspective also. Remember, if this guy would just turn around, he'd see that he's actually got the 2 of Cups that he wants. And this one is looking at the world from a different perspective. So it's really asking us to kind of change how we see the energy that's going on right now. And in that change, to understand that whatever is flooding us at the time being, or at the moment, is not meant to stop us. It's just meant to pause us. Okay. I hope that was helpful. I will see you at the next reading. I've done a special reading for the Jupiter retrograde, and I'll be posting that in the next couple of days. So keep an eye out for it. Thanks.